Last week, I was disheartened to learn that some Wilton High School students are sitting through the morning Pledge of Allegiance. I would like to hear your reaction to this, and what do you think is an appropriate response position for our district?
You know, any time I hear about any student sitting through the Pledge of Allegiance, or even our athletes on a national level not standing for the national anthem, it pains me. I don't like it. I think we all need to, despite what we feel about what's going on, you know, from a division standpoint, we need to drop down and think what our Pledge of Allegiance means, what our national anthem means. I think, you know, we live in America. We're all Americans. We love America, and we need to honor that. I think that our students should be standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mr. Hemmerly.
Wow, this is the first I've heard of this. First I've heard of this, so I'm sitting here thinking about it, and I'm surprised to hear that. And to say it bothers me would be an understatement. An opportunity to sit and understand and find out why the students said, certainly. I think a teaching opportunity. Yeah, how can you not stand for the Pledge? Fortunately, we are a school system that we say the Pledge of Allegiance. There are schools in this country that will not do it, that don't do it any longer to start the school day. And that is a sad case. At least we're still there. I don't know. I'm bothered by it, and I feel concerned.
Ms. Low, would you like to take this question, please?
Well, like's a relative term there.
Who wrote that question?
That's a tough one. I think, and it was George Bush today who was talking, and he emphasized the importance of civic responsibility and civic education. And I'm not putting in a political plug. It's the wrong political party if I were. But I think that applies certainly to all Americans. So I do think part of teaching civic responsibility is teaching what our symbols mean and teaching what pledges mean. And I think rather than forcing an issue with students, though, I do think you need to teach about it, you need to debate about it, you need to find out the reasons for and against it. Different symbols are taken to mean different things for different people, and you try to find some common ground and find, you know, what it means to be an American and a responsible citizen. And while there can be some variance in, you know, in certainly interpretation, I think the flag is certainly a hot point and a touch point and a touchstone for many of us. And so I think that we have to sort of teach our children well on that one.
Thank you. Ms. Jeanes, would you like this question?
No, I would not, but I will answer it. I also find it a little disheartening. The flag is something that is just such a strong symbol of our country, but at the same point, I would like to know, you know, I would like to know why they've made that decision, and if there's some justified reason in their minds, at least that should be fairly explained. However, it's not something that I do agree with Deb as far as it is part of the civics, and it's something that should be educated in. Was there something missed along the way that they felt that was not the case? However, we are in a country where we are free to make decisions, and I just personally don't agree with it. But I do feel that in a school system, as long as there is respect and it's a safe environment, if someone's going to make a decision and can come back and explain it well, it should be something that's considered, not necessarily allowed, but at least there should be a little bit back and forth. I think that's also the point of, you know, the students are growing and developing, and if they want to have their freedom of speech or action, at least we should have a conversation about it.
Thank you. And since you all love this question, you can now have another 30 seconds at it. Starting with Ms. Preston.
Yes, I would, please. I actually think, you know, some of you here talked about asking the students why they chose to do that. And I think that's very important because I think children and even adults are sitting out either on the national anthem or not standing for the Pledge of Allegiance just because it's the cool thing to do right now, when they really have no understanding why or what they're doing. So I think it would be important to learn that from the teachers if they could talk to the students. Thank you.
Mr. Hemmerly.
Yeah, you know, a thought comes to mind, you know, we've got a high school with 1,200 students in it. And I don't know how many set out, but I can assure you it wasn't the majority. And if you're concerned at all about our students' patriotism, their love for this country, come to a boys' basketball game and watch the student section in the third quarter sing God Bless America. It sends chills up your spine. We've got great students. We'll find out why they set out. What didn't they like? What's wrong? Okay.
Thank you. Ms. Jeanes, would you care another go at this? Or Ms. Low, excuse me, would you care another go at this?
No, thanks.
All right. And Ms. Jeanes?
No, thank you.